I think given the present state of affairs throughout the world with the coronavirus pandemic, the decisions taken by the CAF's executive committee this June 30th were so timely because most of those competitions cannot pull through as of now, given the present situation. Postponing the African Nations Cup in Cameroon that was to take place in 2021 to 2022, I think it's a really good decision, and it also gives time to Cameroon, why not, to cope up with some of the projects that were still lacking behind, like the Olympic Stadium, and also pushing the African Nations Championship that was to take place in Cameroon April 2020 to 2021. It's also a welcome scenario because many are they who were already making rumors throughout the social media that the competition has been cancelled totally. But I think the decisions from CAF's executive committee comes to put to bed such rumors. And I think one of the welcomed decisions from CAF's executive committee meeting of the 30th of June 2020 is that stating that the African Women's Champions League will get started by 2021. I think many of us have long waited for the day to see the African women's clubs play at the continental scene like their main counterpart, and I think that's one of the most welcome decisions. It's high time for us to also promote the women's game in the continent, and I think creating the African Women's Champions League is one of the most welcome situation. But we actually regret the fact that the Awcon, that's the African Women Cup of Nations, that was to take place in 2020, has been cancelled totally. I think just like other competitions, CAF should have reprogrammed the African Women's Cup of Nations maybe for a later date. Well, cancelling it totally, I think it's not really a good one for women's football in Africa. It's just like CAF is taking a step forward and might be pulling two steps behind. If you create the African Women's Champions League and you cancel the African Women's Cup of Nations, yes, we understand that it's just for the 2020 season that the African Women's Cup of Nations has been cancelled. But I think CAF should have looked for an appropriate date and see how they can squeeze time from their calendar. And I think Cameroonians will also be excited by the decisions of the CAF Executive Committee meeting of the 30th of June, because it also came out that the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup for the 2019-2020 season are going to proceed, and the semi-finals and the finals of the CAF Champions League are going to take place in Cameroon. And I think sport lovers, sport journalists, and all the actors in the sports sector in Cameroon are anxiously waiting to watch the North African giants in the likes of R. Ali, Experience of Tunis, Wydad Casablanca, and Zamalek of Egypt, who will come to Cameroon to play the CAF Champions League semi-finals and the final. So I think the decisions were so timely, and we congratulate CAF, why not, for taking such decisions.